LocalBozo.com is proud to have with us as our guest for an exclusive interview, guitarist of Fall Out Boy and heavy metal supergroup The Damn Things, Joe Trohman. Joe, thanks so much for giving us a couple minutes today.
No problem.
Joe, for the fans that don't know, The Damn Things was formed with members of Anthrax, Every Time I Die, and Fall Out Boy. Can you talk a little bit about what each of these different bands bring to the table musically?
Well, I mean, that's kind of, I think, it's not really for me to say. I think it's kind of like sort of a thing for people that review our band and comment on our band to kind of make up, because it's not really like we took, it's not like really like we went into like a musical kitchen and took like, 2/3 this band, 1/3 this band, a quarter this band, and we made this band. It's not like we specifically learned, there we go. We're going to take aspects of Anthrax, aspects of Every Time I Die, aspects of Fall Out Boy, and create The Damn Things. It's sort of like it's a different band, I think it's different than all of our other bands. I think people really want to try to find something musically and to compare it to any of our other bands, which is totally cool. I think it's a way for people to kind of bridge the gap. That's totally fine. I don't think anybody in this band would be privy to describe us that way.
Okay, fair enough. Fall Out Boy has recorded some of the more anthemic songs of the last decade. What's it been like for you both personally and artistically, sort of starting from scratch in a brand new direction?
I mean, it's cool. I've been working. I started working on the band with Scott, and then Andy and Keith and Josh and Rob got involved prior to. I guess kind of like, well, I started working on this with Scott while Fall Out Boy was still around, and then started getting everyone together kind of throughout the rest of like what Fall Out Boy did up until our break. So it's kind of easy to get going when this thing is going through. We're all very ready. We said do a little pre-pro and make a record, and we were good to go. But I like starting over. I mean, I guess it's definitely totally different. It's a different in every which way. Touring is different. I think the shows are different. Bands we play with are totally different than what I do with Fall Out Boy. But I've been in bands prior to Fall Out Boy, so it's not really like a shock to me. I know what to expect, and I don't expect that. I never expected that we would just start this band, and all of a sudden it would just go from 0 to 100 without any work, especially in this day and age. So, yeah, I mean, it's exactly what I expected, man. It's a lot of work and a lot of fun, and it's get to play music that we all have been wanting to play really bad, and stuff that really is different from our other jobs. So it's a pleasure starting from scratch, I think, and it's gratifying to see people become fans of this band, which is really cool. I think that we're still wrapping our heads around that. We're playing Dallas tonight, and our show sold out, and our minds kind of were blown because it's our first sold out show headlining.
Wow, yeah, I can imagine. That's awesome. Congratulations to you guys. So I guess this sort of started out as a side project, but would you consider this your primary focus musically right now?
Right now it is, throughout the record cycle. It did, I think for all of us, it started out as kind of just a fun idea, turned into definitely a side project, and then I think kind of morphed into the idea of maybe we should try to do this as a real band. And I think definitely for me, it's like where most of my focus lies. I feel like I'm always, just because it's pretty natural for musicians to experiment and make new stuff all the time, and I don't think anyone should ever feel like they shouldn't. They shouldn't feel like they have to be locked into one thing all the time. Nonetheless, yeah, I mean, this is definitely my main thing at the moment, and then when we finish up the record cycle, we'll definitely come back and do it again, but yeah, it's definitely where I'm at.
Yeah, we're coming up on a year since the release of 2010's Ironiclast, and really since the debut of The Damn Things. Understandably, you're playing with some experienced guys, but did it take you guys some time as a band to really become cohesive?
It's kind of surprisingly, it's sort of a loaded question, because I think what you're probably referring to. Oh, that's a great commercial. Sorry, I saw a great It's Always Sunny commercial on TV. It's very funny.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're referring to is just playing live together, and I think being the fact that we're all pretty seasoned musicians, and we came into this band. At least I came in with so much pre-written music, and we had all these songs together very quickly. Getting together and playing wasn't super difficult because we're all guys that are used to playing with other guys. And the more experience you have just playing and going out there and playing with different people, it shouldn't be too difficult to play with almost anybody, no matter, as long as your skill level is at least at, like, adequate, you know? So, yeah, that being said, even with the 3 guitar players and different tones and the different feels and sounds and everything, somehow works. Somehow all works. And I think what helps is we never really put a lot of thought into is this going to gel. We just kind of did it and went from there. I think if it felt weird at any point, we probably would have just sort of went our respective ways.
Well, the album itself is really exceptional. It's been praised both critically and commercially. It's been called bluesy, riff heavy, hook laden, the classic rock feel to it. Can you talk a little bit about how you guys actually sat down and recorded the album, and if there was a signature sound you were aiming for when you first got started?
I mean, the sound is the sound of the songs, and kind of, I guess, the descriptions you read are pretty much pretty accurate descriptions of the band we made. And as far as recording, we did like scattered pre-production, just kind of when we had times getting together. Rob and myself writing, Keith and myself writing, me, Rob and Keith getting together and writing, and getting together as a band once in a while to jam. And when we got in the studio, it was pretty standard, standard sort of like multi-track stuff, drums and bass and guitars and vocals, overdubs, etc. But all went really smoothly, and we did everything, not gridded, not like cookie cutter sounds. I think we got really unique tones on the record, and we definitely wanted to make sure. That's one thing I think sonically we really wanted to drive home is getting really cool, unique sounds, and making sure we kind of never, especially with the guitar tones, we never want to repeat any of the guitar tones over and over and over again, and then make it like this really flat record. So I'd like to think we accomplished that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Now, Anthrax is set for a big new release in September. They have some sprinkled in dates with the Big Four, and Every Time I Die also has a smattering of tour dates coming up in the fall. With so much going on outside of the damn things, do you find it difficult to keep everyone on the same page?
It's definitely fun to do this band, I think, for everybody, which is why we enjoy it. And I think the moment it should work this way with every band. The moment a band becomes taxing to do and you're not enjoying it, just maybe consider doing a different band or finding a different line of work, or at least taking a break and taking some time before you come back to it. Yeah, I mean, everyone's pretty on the same page. I think it's like tough to get everyone on the same page with people living in different areas and things being so busy, but we seem to make do. We seem to be able to get tours going and go with other bands and, go on our own, and we just did a great European run and doing this awesome U.S. run. Hopefully we'll still, even with Soundwave in Australia being totally in the can, we're working on trying to go over to Australia still. So, yeah, I mean, everything keeps moving, and I think everyone's still, despite the fact that Anthrax and Every Time I Die both have just finished records and are both about to release them and tour on them, yeah, so damn things can go on ice for a bit, and then, me and Keith were talking about it yesterday. There's no reason why I can't send him music and why he can't work on lyrics for it when he's just sitting in the fucking van or on the bus or whatever all day with nothing to do until they play, So, I mean, the damn things can happen still, and we'll try to do some intermittent shows throughout next year whenever there's time. And we're also actively trying to see if we had some like other songs that we wanted to record for the record that we only got like drums and bass done. We just kind of putting those in the back burner so we could focus on just the 10 songs we wanted for the record. And now we're going to try to see if we can get something done in those songs and put those out at some point in time. So there's a couple of new songs out there for people to get excited about. So we don't want to like put the band fully to rest in between. We want it to sort of like subsist a bit while the other bands are active, and then come back strong when there's time.
Cool. Well, listen, your fans definitely look forward to that. Now, the band is coming through Manhattan at the Gramercy Theater on Friday, August 26th as part of the Inked magazine tour with Fair to Midland and Maylene and the Sons of Disaster. How did this specific tour come about?
Inked magazine was really hot on us being the band for the tour. They really wanted us to headline this tour, and we were very flattered. I think there was a moment where we were like, are we really headline worthy? And I think we worked out a way to do it so it wasn't too pompous or too weird or too soon. And they've been really cool about it. And yeah, they were just like so amped on us doing it that it was kind of hard to say no. You know, at the same time, with everyone's crazy schedules and stuff, this was a tour that really worked out for everyone's schedules. So it all just kind of lined up, stars aligned for this one.
Well, we caught you guys when you came through on the Jägermeister tour, and if that's any indication, I'm sure fans are really going to dig you guys as headliners.
That was like such a bizarre gig, man. It's like no one was like that was such a weird like out of touch dad show. As much as out of touch dads smell like the damn things, I think they'll like the damn things a lot more than just a place like the Gramercy, you know.
Yeah, the crowd was definitely odd, and the lineup in general I think was pretty odd for that show. No.
It was odd. I mean, like, yeah, it was just an odd, like, the crowd is just really strange. It was, like, almost too typical of a New York crowd, because with the damn things, we played in New York a couple of times, and the shows have been, like, totally killed. But we played, like, our own couple of headline shows, and from the get-go, they're all, like, really rad. And I think the people that want to see the damn things, they don't want to go see us, like, at the Nokia Theater. They want to go see us, like, at a smaller club.
Totally. Well, we're really excited to have you, Joe. Is there anything else you'd like to add for the readers of localbozo.com?
No, man. I think you went through everything. Yeah, asked great questions. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Joe. Well, we really appreciate your time. Fans, make sure to pick up Ironiclast, the 2010 debut album from the Damn Things in stores now, and check out the Damn Things with Fair to Midland on the Inked Magazine music tour stopping locally at the Gramercy Theater on Friday, August 26th. And as always, for more information on the band itself and tour dates, check out thedamnthings.com. Joe, thanks so much for joining us today on localbozo.com, and best of luck on tour this year.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. See you soon.